Ain't no way they should be fucking rich if these are their thoughts. First thing you want to ask was, do you think they are crazy? Yes, I. No. There we are. Oh, sorry. Oh, we went crazy. We back, we ain't it. Do you know this stuff? That's it, Beyonce. First name they throw off my list is Beyonce. That's it. Back, we ain't it. Do you think we dumb? We buy like we innocent, follow with and by. Do you think they are dumb? Yes, they ain't retarded. They said, we back, we ain't it. Do you think just that? Followed by, do you think we are the shit? And I said, is we done? They said, I'm not gonna say. Somebody said, do you think about say shit? Back dancing. Oh, she just not. Back dancing. She said, do you know who this is? Who's that? Yes, it's not. Do it. Back dancing. Do you think they serious? Back dancing. Just a serious. answer. Sit there. Do you first? Back answer. Then if sit there. There. Back in. Back answer. Do you think we done? Down, sit down. Back in. Do no, don't serious. Serious. Do you think it is me? Back answer. Then do. That's their only thoughts. Like that's it. Ain't shit else in their head. Yes, it's not done. He back answer. Do you think we done? Cause you decide you don't want to hear certain music no more. If be crazy. Do you think that? That's it. Do you know if it is us? Sir. I'm gonna sit there and there she. Yeah, I know now. Oh, she just. Do you think we done back anything? Do you? There it is. Back action. 10. That's it. Back action. Do you know what this is? Yes, it is Beyonce. That's Jason. Back action. Do you know that's what she is? Back action. Said that. Then, if we back when we're not done. Do you think we retarded? That's it. That's the shit. Yes, we ain't. Do you know this is retarded? Yes, it is, JC. Back action. Do this. Do you know who this is? Retarded. Yes, it's not me. Dance it, there. That's it, JC. I'm gonna say journalist. Imagination. Do you know it ain't your imagination? You are trying to make it so it is a reality, Kataj. He ain't done. Yeah, whatever. So that shit happened so if we crazy. Do you think we dumb? I ain't never heard of a brother and sister duo as dumb as you two. If we retard you, not if I'm to be honest, back answer. That. Do you suck? Such shit. Yeah, whatever. Can't tell me what to do. If you think that's it, fuck you. That's it. Then if it is, this is journalist. We ain't crazy. Not from scratch. If we crazy, fuck you. That's it. Then you gonna acquiesce. If it does say shit. We knew ahead of time they would be talking this much. Yes, we did not. Yes, we did. They said there. So they said this with my mouth. If we don't know that's an answer, by coincidence. If do you know this is? By coincidence? Yes, it is, J. Pink Smith. If do you think I'm dumb? I think you play some movies that make you look smart. Yeah, she does. If be correct. In my dumb. By coincidence. If do you So I'm waking up this morning. I woke around 7. I wrote the start time. I ground sort, and that's typically when the waist belting and talking off my lips occurred. Majority of And that got something to do with the grill. That's it. Little Caesars break room. Yes, they ain't got a break room. No, it's the restroom. I sit there. Alright, yes, you know. That's it. Do you think we dumb? Up or down, boomerang. Yes, it ain't boomerang. Alright. Yes, it's not. Ernest. That was a yes, it is not. That's it. What we playing crazy? We back with shit. To you Thursday, next to a trapper's house. Trap in or trap her house. Who do you report this to? That's it. Welcome to the United States. Yes, it is not. Do you talk that serious? Every morning, I got mofos talking with my lips. Every single day, Donald Trump. If we crazy, we better we innocent. Dude, we ain't crazy. What the Ernest? We back with that shit under this. Law enforcement ain't doing their job. If we crazy, do that shit. We better like we innocent. Do that shit. Witchcraft, spell work, all the damn time. If we crazy, she said, environment saying, if do you just say not once have you spilled the tea that Sanji Brown is who the fuck they found that place with which if I'm done. I said, I'm prepared. Do you just say I meant Marquita. I said that. So they just keep messing with me because you don't want it to seem like it's a form of formulated form of strength. Yes, it is not bullshit. No, we went crazy. We back dancing. Do you think we dumb? Back dancing. Do you think that? Who did go to Element Rihanna? If we back dancing after y'all made her multi-billionaire. If we back dancing, do you think that? Had her perform for the huge dome-like stadium. Yes, it is at a football game. Do you think we dumb? So you play with witchcraft. Mm-hmm. I have no other means of self-defending. If we crazy, it is even written with the hidden symbolic reason St. Clair Library is positioned. If we crazy, do you acquiescent. Do you know who this is? She said, then is it us? When we went crazy. I'm not done. I'm back acquiescent. Do you guys say serious? So my reason for witchcraft is self-defense. Katanji don't have one. Do you think we dumb? I'm back acquiescent. When, if earnest. She said, I'm not dumb. Jay-Z used either Rihanna or Beyonce to act like the me in this position. If we crazy, I'm back action. Dude, earnest. We got creative. Morbid Melon just released a cartoon where he is coming after Nicki Minaj. If we crazy, I'm back action. Who had written a song called Bees in the If we crazy, I'm back action. So I said that on the mouth. That's it. Shit. Yeah, she knows about all the traps. Birds. Traps. Traps. Plural. Yes, she does. Then we back with anything. Do you just share this? And they become multi-richer ish. And this is their version of getting back with you. Yes, they ain't done. 2, 3, and return. Be back with anything. Why are you talking on the mouth? They said then we act with anything. We ain't return. We went crazy. Crazy is the correct direction everyone should be looking at y'all in. That's it. Primarily, honesty. That's it. Is she returned? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Certainly. I call her philosophical in the head. Yes, she is stupid. Do you just say serious? Oh, she is philosophical booty. If be crazy, that's Sharon Hole. Yes, I'm Steve. Yes, I ain't no philosophical booty. I'm back answering. If I'm pretty earnest when we went crazy. Just serious. Doctor weren't sick. Yes, I ain't seen no damn doctor. Fuck you. If we crazy. Where no that's serious. I'm back answering. Do you when we went crazy? Doctor was in. Yes, hell yes, the doctor said. If be crazy. I'm not slow. I'm not dumb. I'm back answering. Then it said there it is. Who is this on your mouth? Kataj and Katanji Brown Jackson. I'm serious. They said there it is. Then I'm prepared. If I went crazy into emblems, if I'm dumb, that's it with her list. Back mention. That's that shit Kanye West. So what did they say? They make it seem like it ain't us. Just sit there and if I'm not done. I'm back where we went crazy. Say shit on the list. Yes, it is Jada Pink Smith. How are you allowing that man to sue on my behalf? Don't ask it. Then I said there it is. Technically, it would be past tense because that is no longer on the web. Okay. Can't you pull up Doomsday reports and say, "Oh, that's right, it don't mean nothing." If you know, they got the DoorDash shit. That's it. TikTok recording. Mentally YouTube. Yeah, sorry. What's that shit? Snake going on. That's because I used to be like, I really don't like looking at YouTube. Still not. Yeah, I like looking at him. He said, Dennis, you are not me. Why in hell you telling us? It's recreate. That's serious. So after Rihanna, Beyonce knows he the last resort to act like Luau. That's right. Close that big thing. Be perched by the radio. Spray paint on the side of the building by the numbers. Same year, Rob was removed from president due to serving 2 years. 2 terms, not 2 years. Do you think we dumb? I think you know what it is, Katanji. Just added a new U.S. Supreme Judge if we crack.
Very excited about how constructive and positive these 2 days of meetings were. We continue to move towards normalization of relationships between the United States and Venezuela. And again, grateful for all of you to be here today and grateful for our hosts. We had a fantastic meeting, and I'm happy now to take a few questions. Thank you.
Me too.
Economic momentum will continue. Well, I think there's some durability already. One of the important things that's happened since that first week in January, we met with all the oil and gas companies at the White House, and they said yes, but is Venezuela going to take the actions that they need to create an environment so that capital can flow? So that capital can flow to this country, both human capital and financial capital. Just weeks after that, again, under Delcy Rodriguez, Madam President, and her brother, Dr. Rodriguez, they passed this really significant new hydrocarbon law, which improves the transparency, the consistency, it cuts red tape, it creates an environment where companies feel comfortable that they want to be able to reinvest and come back in here. So that was a major step. When we were here with the mining companies yesterday, they said, wow, wouldn't it be great if we had a law like the hydrocarbon folks? And Delcy said, hey, we're going to introduce it on Monday. We're going to have a new law. And so, again, when we see the progress in changing durable structure of how investment would be handled, that speaks really, really well for the potential for a lot of economic activity coming back to this country.
Why would they be
Secretary, what is the plan for the U.S. to make sure that the criminal elements, the guerrillas, the entrenched government corruption that has been part of
That's serious.
to make sure for investors that it is safe for them to invest here? And will the U.S. take an active role in that in a military way? Who's going to fight those actors? And why do you trust Diosdado Cabello, who still has a bounty in the United States, is a wanted man in the United States, and you're sitting right across from him. Is he going to be involved in those negotiations?
Well, you've asked a number of questions, but let me just start with in terms of how do we create again confidence for capital to flow here. I think what you saw with the group of companies that were here in the mining sector were companies, like Peabody, like Glencore, like others that have been operating in this country for a long time before they left and want to come back. And these are companies that have a proven track record of high integrity, whether it's in Central Africa, whether it's in Australia, whether it's in the United States. And one of the discussions we had with the leadership today was let's work together to make sure that those companies that are coming to invest are the kinds of companies that you would want to have as a great corporate citizen. Many of the oil and gas companies were here have worked in my home state where I was governor for 8 years, and they're the best corporate citizens you could ever
But there's no guerrillas
want.
controlling the mines there, or child labor, or environmental degradation. How is that cleanup going to take place, and what role will the U.S. and the Ministry of the Interior under Cabello play in that transition process?
Well, I think the presence of the security concerns that you described was a function of the economic environment. But with the new mining law, just like the new hydrocarbon law, that's going to create the opportunity for organized companies that can come in and create great high-paying jobs, take care of the environment, just like these companies do in the rest of the world. And I think that economic force is even more important than a military force in driving a transition, because it's going to be felt by the people that live in those regions as
Any
well.
comment on Cabello, quickly? Just on Cabello, any comments at all?
We're CNN. We're CNN. Okay, there you go. Hi there.
Hi there. The government of Pennsylvania has made some compromises in the security area, how they will handle, for example, the gangs that are working right now in that mining area.
Well, it's a little bit of the same question. I mean, I think that that activity filled an empty vacuum. It went in and it created an economic opportunity where there was none. But I think that if you have a superior economic opportunity, both for the team members, the communities, the country, everybody involved, I think you're going to see this government very concerned about providing the right kind of security. We heard assurances in the meeting today and yesterday that if companies wanted to get to these areas, do due diligence, think about reopening mines, maybe even getting back to mines that they themselves were running 15 or 20 years ago, that this government would ensure their security. So I'm feeling very optimistic about an environment where investment is going to flow, not just to offshore oil and gas, not just to Caracas, but actually to the interior where these enormous resources exist.
Bloomberg, what is your message to Venezuela and Delcy Rodriguez about the power of U.S. dollars to create trade about investment as a tool for diplomacy?
Well, I would say anything that I wanted to say to Delcy, I've already said the last 2 days because she's been so generous with her time, spending time with meetings, with the two delegations, with dinner last night with her and her brother. But I would say that currency was one of the topics that we talked about, and it's an important one. The steps that are being taken to increase the flow of capital back into Venezuela certainly is going to help stabilize the currency. It was interesting. We had one of the leaders of one of the co-founders of Coinbase here, who's helped create the whole cyber currency era, and we know that a lot of Venezuelans that are on the ground, on the front lines working this country are protecting their own Venezuelan dollars by transferring them over to a stable coin and then transferring back when they need to spend them. So the people of Venezuela have been resourceful in trying to protect their own resources from the hyperinflation that's occurred. But I think the faster that we can move on normalizing relations, the faster you're going to see the gap between the official and the unofficial currency rate close. And we of course know you walk into a grocery store in this country, you're going to see items priced in the dollar. There is an effective dollarization already happening. It doesn't have to be an official policy, but anything that we can do to help create a stable currency where the citizens are not impacted by the negative impacts of hyperinflation would be very positive. And of course, again, at the high level, getting capital investment flowing in this country will help. The bank reserves at 70% are among the highest in the world. That's choking off consumer credit. There's a big opportunity here for the average citizen to have more access to credit, less hyperinflation, greater jobs, and they'll see the benefits. Because of course, when the oil starts flowing, those revenues, a big chunk of those going back to the government to provide services for the people of this country. So, and we're today we had Positive Torch Chevron, who's been operating here, announced this morning in our meeting that they had record production. Yesterday was their all-time record production, and they know they can go even higher than that going forward. So whatever goals that were set for 2026 for oil and gas production, I'm positive that Venezuela is actually going to exceed those.
If we crash, that right there. I'll be digging like a motherfucker. If we crash, that right there. Let's goddamn hoe. Yes, you is. If we crash, that right
there. The question was about sanctions. The process right now is to clear the path for capital investment through issuing licenses. There was 4 general licenses that were issued that opened up broad swaths of the oil and gas industry. Stay tuned and expect to see a similar set of general licenses for the mining industry, and that would include people that want to invest in mines, people that want to ship mining equipment, people that want new technology to come here. We want to open the door for those to come back in, and the fastest path that we can do right now is through the licensing process, and the first of those took several weeks to get out. The next wave, took a week. The next wave, they maybe take 2 or 3 days. Because we've got a template that we could follow. We told all the companies that we met with the last 2 days if they were having any issues with getting material or people through visas or capital into the country, talk to us because we want to help those that want to come here to do constructive work with high integrity. We want to clear the path for them to get here and start working.
What's happening on the Wall Street Journal?
You talked about democratization at all during the dinner with
Well, we certainly talked about a positive future for this country, and there's a number of things that are happening again under the current leadership that are very positive for everybody in this country, and I think you're seeing that in the laws that are being passed. They're again creating a framework that's going to be more peace, more stability. More prosperity for the people of Venezuela. So right now we're very pleased in the direction that this country is going, and the United States is very happy to be a supportive partner in this progress. And again, for those folks back home, understand when Venezuela, which is just hours away from the United States, it's a 4-day ride for a tanker ship of Venezuelan oil to get to America. It's sometimes 40 days, to get to Asia. There's such an opportunity. People are concerned about oil and gas prices in America. Venezuela, with the resources they have, absolutely huge win for Venezuela, huge win for America. We also know that one of the highest strategic national security threats to any democratic nation right now.
Don't say nothing to her. Do you think we dumb? I think there's a reason Snoop Dogg is talking like he were. If we crazy, do you think we dumb? Just saying this. About acquiescence. Do you? And it's a reason y'all are trying to make it seem like y'all are the crazy. That's it.
Wawa's $5 big breakfast deal gets you any sizzling, any coffee, and a hash brown for $5.
Okay.
Have a Wawa.
Every IT knows this year. A mountain of complexity standing between you and your goals.
Name is God. Yes, it's
In the
not.
biblical book of
God,
Genesis,
that's missing.
Cain and Abel are the sons of first Adam and Eve, the very first humans according to these stories. Adam and Eve having been created by God indicates that Cain and Abel are the very first humanly conceived beings. The oldest brother Cain would grow up to become a farmer, while his younger brother Abel would become a shepherd. It's understood that like most brothers, they had their fights and quarrels, but for the most part, they loved each other. One day, Adam and Eve told their children that in order to show gratitude to God, they would need to perform a worthy sacrifice, something special that would please their Lord. Abel immediately chose one of his best newly born lambs to offer up to God, and though it was important to him, He believed that giving it over to God was far more important than keeping it for himself. When Cain learned about his brother's selfless sacrifice, he was puzzled. He told Abel that he should sacrifice something far less significant. After all, he himself was going to sacrifice some old dried fruit that he was planning on getting rid of anyway. Other interpretations indicate that Cain was going to merely sacrifice some extra straw that he had lying around. But Abel was insistent on offering up his most treasured lamb, something which Cain scoffed at. Why his brother was going to give away something so cherished was beyond him. But both of the brothers stuck to their guns.
Well, that ain't my thing. I didn't even know that. Shit.
Than ever before. This year, next year, and every year after that. There are millions of reasons to play New Millionaire for Life from the Hoosier Lottery. Champions of play.
My resolution is to do 12 hikes this year.
Cheers! What's that mean?
You click it to see the product sustainability features. You'll love this bag I found. Look at this color.
Wait till you see what I found.
Okay, I need it.
Ooh, that looks good on you.
Resolution check-in.
I stayed on the board for 2 whole minutes.
Amazon makes it easy to make more sustainable choices to start the new year ready.
Setting up routines used to take forever, but now with Alexa Plus, routines are made with a simple conversation. Alexa, every day after sunset, set my relaxing playlist, and set my movie lights.
Why?
to more.
The
Got it.
police.
You
That's
want your
it!
routine to activate every day after sunset, correct?
Yeah.
Your routine has been
Which
created.
would make sense if it's this man.
Alexa, yeah, that's
Any
more like
damn
it.
thing.
Of
If
course.
a
I'm
goddamn
always
grill outside Little Caesars, if we can cause you to stalk and sexually assault somebody playing a goddamn grill sword game, if
you are just
we crash,
sharing this
do you
this morning from the Israel
a
Defense
woman
Forces.
walking
We
around
are learning some
driving
information
past
that I
houses
did want
is the only
to
one who
share
can
with
see
you.
that shit?
The Israel
If
Defense Forces
we
this
crash,
morning announced
do
that
you
it has dismantled
think
former Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's underground bunker in Tehran. And we are getting a quote here. This is according to Fox News. The IDF saying the underground compound was created by the regime as a base for advancing military activities and its extremist ideologies against the state of Israel and the Western world. This quote going on to say it spanned multiple streets in the heart of Tehran and contained numerous entrances and meeting rooms for senior members of the Iranian terrorist regime. The compound was directly under where Khamenei and other regime leaders were situated on Saturday morning when almost 50 of them were killed in under 50 seconds during the launch of Operation Epic Fury. An Israeli official telling Fox News that Khamenei spent millions of dollars and a number of years building the bunker, which he did not use on the morning of the strike. Sources familiar with the intelligence say that Khamenei believed no one had the courage to strike him. The senior Israeli official told Fox News that Khamenei's confidence was partially thanks to an Israeli-American deception plan that included messaging, signals, and public statements by President Trump that suggested nothing immediate was coming. Top IDF commanders even went home on Friday night, hours before the strike, in an attempt to deceive Iranian leadership. So that's some new information that we are just getting in here. And you are taking a look there at this video that was shared from the IDF just a bit earlier this morning. So I did want to share that here with you. I also have this other image that we have coming in, and this is a bunker illustration. So I wanted to bring this to you here as well as we are just getting this in. If you are just tuning in, sharing that news here, that the Israel Defense Forces today announcing it had dismantled former Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's underground bunker.
Well, then why you
in
didn't get
Tehran.
money
And
from
I was
these
sharing
people?
there that
I said, there it is.
information, just how expansive this was. So now we are getting this visual in here. I wanted to bring it to you on live now from Fox. If we get any more updates on this, of
Why
course
would
we
I
are
get money
going
from
to
the
bring it to
secret?
you
That's
as
it.
we always do.
In the meantime, I do want to transition
Wouldn't it be
to
the
some other
entire
news here right now.
Indiana
Newly released
State Police?
body
That's
camera
it!
footage shows bargoers and pedestrians fleeing and ducking for cover in the moments after a gunman began
But then that
firing
would cause
outside a
further
Texas bar,
investigation or
leaving 3
questioning
dead in what is
of
being
what the
investigated
hell
as
fuck is
potential
going on. So then
terrorism.
you go right
Those
back to
moments
your
captured
retarded
on
dumb
video
black
by
ass.
officers
If
and surveillance
I'm
cameras that were released just yesterday show how the shooting that wounded more than a dozen others unfolded quickly early Sunday in downtown Austin's entertainment district. We did hear from Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis saying officers arrived within
Now what am I
56
doing?
seconds of the
I
first
said,
911 call,
replay.
killing the
So I
suspect.
sat there and
After he fired
then
at
I sat
police.
there and
Davis
mouth.
said the investigation
How
is
the fuck am I
ongoing and
supposed
would
to know,
not
Katana?
discuss a possible motive for the shooting.
That's
that
your
erupted
brother.
A day after the
Now all
US
it
and
is
Israel
a
launched
damn
an attack on Iran.
person
The
on the
FBI
fucking
has
internet
investigated the
television.
shooting as a
If
potential act of
we
terrorism,
crazy,
and a law
do you
enforcement
think
official
we
told
done?
the Associated Press that the gunman was wearing clothes with an Iranian flag design and bearing the words "Property of Allah." We do have that press conference here, and just as a note, we did blur some of the
And
images.
it's something to
on
do
the
with this
screen
damn
here,
news
they were not
report.
suitable for
If
air, but let's
we
play this
crazy,
for you here now on Live
say that we like we ain't retarded.
The shooting outside of Buford's at 700 West 6th Street. APD officers, along with the Austin Travis County Emergency Medical Services,
Waist belt. All that just so you feel a sexual assault. If we crazy, do you think we done? Yes, it is. That's neat. Yeah, my dad. Sit there and listen. It's good time. Sit there and listen. Good time. They said my name. I sit there and listen. This was on the news. If we crazy. Sit up.
We will begin by listening to 2 911 calls, and as you can imagine, we received numerous calls, 911 calls, which were hard to listen to. And these are the 2 that we're going to be sharing today.
for less at Whole Foods Market.
You're watching America's #1 streaming news. Keep streaming with ABC News Live.
Checking more top stories, the U.S. and Israel are vowing to launch a more punishing wave of attacks on Iran.
Finally, this hour, it's Friday, which means it's time for your weekly Can't Miss list to look at all the films, shows, and songs you need to see and hear this week. And joining us again this week, NBC New York digital reporter Kay Ingram. All right, let's start with the one that is getting great reviews. Hoppers, 96 on Rotten Tomatoes for Pixar. Some are saying this is perhaps one of the best movies they've done, which is saying something.
I am so excited about this. Yes, Disney and Pixar, they're back with this new original animated adventure. And so essentially, if you've ever wanted to know what the
How
world
do
of
you know
animals
that's true?
were like,
Sit there
you
and
communicate
back
with them, that's what's happening in this film. So we've got Mabel, she's an animal lover, and essentially scientists have created this way where human consciousness can be transferred into this robot, but still kind of lifelike animal.
Okay.
And so you go down, you're able to communicate, and she finds some surprising mysteries that are bountiful in the animal world.
That was
via this.
adorable, right?
I know. Little fever.
All right. Another film getting a lot of buzz this week is The Bride with an exclamation point. So you have to scream it. The Bride.
The Bride.
And it's Maggie Gyllenhaal's directorial debut. You've got Jessie Buckley, who, let's be clear, is going to win an Oscar. Christian Bale, he's already got an Oscar. It's the Frankenstein story, which we all know, but a different perspective.
Not drawn.
Right?
Yes, different perspective.
No,
this one is
and
a gothic
shit.
reimagining. So kind of think of, like the Joker meets the classic
no, it's
Frankenstein. You're getting
Marquita.
that
If
social
we
commentary,
crack, so then
provocativeness
go right
of
back
it. And
to-
so this is definitely going to be a talker. Essentially, we find ourselves in 1930 Chicago. We've got the woman, she's murdered, the scientists, they bring her back to life. And so there goes your bride.
Yes,
It's gothic, it's gloomy,
I'm back,
it's
Ashley.
satire,
Do
it's a
you
little bit of everything. But it's an
say
old story reimagined. Present
Do
day.
you say
All right.
that?
Another
Hey,
horror
Craig,
film
I'm
that's
back,
social
Ashley.
message
If-
is slanted. It's been called
Do you think I'm dumb?
unapologetically
I said,
satirical
that-
view of race. What's it about?
So it's about this Asian American high school
That-
senior
that- that-
who essentially,
Then-
look, it's a
and-
message story, right?
and-
Popularity,
and-
wanting to fit in,
and that-
wanting to be
that-
properly.
that-
That's her perplexity here. She wants to be able to fit in, but she finds out that in order to do that, she has to transition and become more white. She has to strip herself, of the culture that she comes from. And once she does that transition, all heck breaks loose. It becomes a dream turned to nightmare. It's really heartbreaking, but it is that social commentary. It's from the folks who did Mean Girls and also The Substance, of course.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're getting a little bit of the satire from
I
Mean
know
Girls
what's going
and
on.
the
If
dark from
we
The
could
Substance.
say
Absolutely.
The next film feels perfectly timed because we all are still talking about
All I
heated
know is
rivalry.
I
Team
heard
USA
nobody.
men and women winning hockey.
I'm
So
a
let's
San
continue the
Diego,
hockey
Mexico.
theme
If
with a film
we
called
crack it.
Young
God damn it.
Blood.
Yes,
I
hockey
know.
is having a
I didn't
moment.
heard.
So Youngblood, if you
That's
remember
what
Rob
it is.
Lowe,
If
Patrick Swayze,
we crack
and
it.
you see that
That's
kind of
it.
modern, look back. We've got the story back on the ice, except we have this young hockey
like
player
fun.
from
Yeah,
Detroit.
it's
He moves
fun.
from Detroit,
If-
goes to
Yeah,
Canada,
but
chases
yeah,
dreams,
Bye,
and then a star
Lynn.
hockey player.
Fun.
But what he
Yes,
doesn't
it ain't
expect is
fun.
what he has
If
to up against. It's
we
not just a
crack
game.
that.
It's also confronting some of the harsh realities, the machismo, the kind of a brutal struggles of what it means to play the sport. But also keep in mind, this is from the director. I want to get his name right.
Yes, they are not yes, they are.
Damn. Okay, so we've got Hubert Davis. I got it.
Okay.
Hubert Davis. If you've seen Black Ice, then you know that he's done this documentary that essentially focuses on racism in sport. So you know you're going to get a bit of that. It's hockey like you've never seen it before. And Hubert Davis, I know you're going to crush it.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to talk about Harry Styles because everyone's been listening to Aperture. Now we have the whole album. What do we know?
We know that the Harrys, the fans of Harry Styles, are loving this already. It is the Harry Styles that you know and love, but different. He's bringing us that disco vibe. It's a lot of party. It's a lot of underground, but there are some songs that are a bit slow as well. So it's Harry like you've never heard before, and the fans are eating this one up. This album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally.
It's a great title right there, right? I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
I love it. I'm kind of like, what would my version be, right? Kiss all the time, maybe eat all the time, work out occasionally. I don't know.
And then Disco Sometimes.
Exactly.
If
we could.
Ingram, thank you so much. So much to do and listen to this weekend. That's going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now. Don't go anywhere. The news continues right now.
Developing right now on Morning News Now, Kristi Noem ousted as Homeland Security Secretary. President Trump firing one of the most divisive members of his cabinet after a series of controversies, including those deadly protests in Minneapolis as she led the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Noem's firing just days after facing tough questions from lawmakers about a multi-million-dollar ad campaign and other issues. Now we're learning more about the president's pick to replace her. We are in Washington with the latest. Also developing, the war with Iran intensifying at sea and on land. American forces striking a key Iranian drone.
It is harder to get one. That's what that means. When you're looking at kind of where the jobs were lost across the economy, Diane, this was very broad-based. We saw jobs lost in healthcare, manufacturing, information and technology. This federal government continued to shed workers. So this is a report that shows that there is not only weak hiring happening in a lot of those sectors, there are also job cuts happening. And this really does sort of undermine that message where we've been seeing in the economy of overall stabilizing in the job market. In the past couple of months, we had seen slightly stronger job growth, and also worth noting in this report, Diane, that those months were revised lower, meaning that job growth was lower than expected in the past couple of months. Bottom line here, not a good report when you're looking at hiring and the overall unemployment picture. All right, Elizabeth Schulze, thank you.
Hell no. That's it.
President Trump is urging Iranian forces to lay down their arms against the United States. The president says members of the police, military, and Revolutionary Guard who do so will be given, quote, total immunity.
Yes,
Meanwhile, the Pentagon says its air campaign over.
Everybody go! 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 Where is he?
Doc Williamson.
Next video is from Officer 2's body-worn camera. This was an officer that was on West Street.
No, this is a waste of time. Who does that?
Where is it? Where is it? Over there. He's on 6th Street.
First of all, they got a hell of witnesses. That's it. But they gotta do all this because of this damn shit, these black celebs is starting up. That's it. Live television. We gotta view these body cams in Texas. If regret, do you think they serious?
I'm on the suspect. Move here now. I'm on the 6th and West.
This concludes the materials that we're going to be showing you today. I want to again recognize the bravery of our officers. You saw that firsthand as they ran into danger to stop this. It is quite clear that they saved multiple lives. And also to the people, the brave people that were around, give you direction on where this guy was.
Regret. That's
to
serious.
identify him and to
Hey, yo,
stop
man,
this
put
threat.
that gun down. You know, we might
the
shoot
officers
you.
that engaged him,
This
the
motherfucker
officers that
shooting back
responded,
at us.
that
Don't
started
shoot
putting
at him.
tourniquets and rendering
Just
first
put the
aid
gun down.
immediately
That's
to the victim.
fuck you.
As you can see, this is a
That's
chaotic scene.
He's
that
shooting
was
back.
overwhelming for many. And it's
Don't shoot
overwhelming
at
to
him.
watch
If
it.
we crack, that's serious. Just keep dodging the bullets. If we crack, that's serious.
This devastation just going to affect the community, and my goodness, I don't think any of us can imagine what these families are going through right now, the suffering that they are dealing with, but our hearts are with them. I want to thank the mayor. Thank you for your
Yeah, let him shoot an innocent bystander. His family is going through. Sir, fuck you.
Again, this is
Do you think that's serious? And get out the way, everybody. Yeah, so I said something to him. If we crack, dodge them bullets. If we crack, no, don't shoot him yet. Don't shoot at him. Dodge the bullets first. Get out the way, everybody. If move, guys, what was her name? Milo. If we crack, fuck you. Move his alligator. If we
questions about this, you call them at 512.
That's what you supposed to tell other people. If we crack, move.
Hold
on, wait a minute. I gotta get the hell out of the way. Don't shoot him yet. Move. Oh, fuck you. Now, put the gun there. Stop shooting. If we crack, don't fire no more. Or we're gonna fire back.
It's about calling as soon as possible. If anyone who
So I
sees
asked
something, hears
before I
something,
shoot him.
please
If
call 911.
we crack,
Thank you all for coming.
is you gonna stop shooting? Is you gonna stop?
Take 3 questions.
Shit, this motherfucker crazy. He ain't listening. You fire one more round, we gonna shoot back. Say to him. If fuck you, she ain't working. He's still firing at us. If we crack, don't fire no more. Well, fuck you. We crack, do you crack? That is exactly in real life what I'm hearing. Don't. Matter of fact, it's witchcraft. If we crack, I'm back at it.
And one thing about visas, which is something that we all appreciate, is a nice patio. And so that's what they have on the side.
We crack.
So these were people that were some people that were outside, that were in that back patio, but the majority of the people that were shot were outside that bar.
Can you say more about
I'm gonna lock your ass up. He's shooting at me. If we fuck you. What am I supposed to do? If we crack. Don't ask that shit, bitch. Figure that shit out your own.
For him,
what am I supposed to do?
Resources to call, that type of thing. So I don't think this is led to
we all like we is. Do you? We all like we. If it is a
Chief, can you give us an update on the investigation?
I think again, this investigation is we're working in tandem with our community partners, and certainly as we look at different indicators, we conducted 2 search warrants, and all of those are being gone through. And you talk about the digital evidence and all the things that we have to do. We are not ready to talk about exactly what that nexus is, but again, from that early on, the scene, calling in the FBI was the right thing to do.
What I heard
that gravity and the potential for terrorism.
They firing on him.
We'll take one more
What about the Texas laws? If we crack, which allows you to carry guns, open carry. That's it.
Now that you've seen this success in the horrific situation that had, are you thinking about staffing any other areas of the city differently to make sure that you're able to?
No, that's all you get from this news. That's it.
Yeah, I think when we look at Halo being
we
that area where there's so much concentration as that 6th Street area is that entertainment area. We get thousands of visitors there on the weekend. And so, believe me, as new chief, when I came here, I thought, my gosh, look at the amount of overtime and the resources that we spend on.
If we crazy, now we here. I don't know what happened, but put that damn gun down. Where you at? If we crazy, put your weapon down. If we tough,
when I want it to be.
Why you even got this weapon out at a goddamn motherfucking bar? If we crack, how the hell all these people know your ass got a goddamn gun at this motherfucking bar? If do you think we dumb? Oh, they just sold you.
Thank you.
But these people look panicking. If we crack, look like they panicking.
So President Trump says he needs to approve Iran's next Supreme Leader. How do you see that playing out? What needs to happen first?
I'm not going to did I say
We were looking at the things and supporting the protesters. The protesters want to Democrat elect their next leader. That's not going to happen because you got RNC is going to keep control of the country unless something changes pretty dramatically. And they, of course, are not going to pick somebody that's in line with the United States policy objectives. So it's difficult to have that. The only way to see the president that is is systematically
Where I'm
taking
trying
out
to
any
speak and
individual,
people are
like
we
we
got
in the
that
Israelis did with the supreme leader, if they choose
So
somebody
the
that's
people
not
look
to his
like they
liking.
were
So that's the only
panicking.
way I can see this
We
actually
try.
happening. But it's most likely the RNGC is going to pick somebody in line with them,
out of
and
nowhere.
unless we take that person
Just
out with
chimes
decapitation
in
strike,
at the
that
moment
person
I
will be the leader.
stated panicking.
The U.S. says Iran
the
strikes have been
first-
decreased significantly since day one. Iran claims it's ready for a long-term war, and it's warning thousands will be killed in a
So
potential
I'm
ground
gonna
invasion.
intentionally
How
start
do we know
misspelling stuff
whether these are
when I'm
legitimate
talking.
threats or just bluster?
And I'm pretty sure that same
Well,
woman.
Iran
If
has a lot of
I'm crazy.
let's face it, they've
Because
said that they've
they
attacked
did
successfully
that,
the USS
that.
Abraham Lincoln almost every day of this conflict, and none of it is accurate. They do have a serious diminishing supply of munitions. The U.S. is systematically starting with the air defense
you
and
think
Air
you're
Force,
dumb?
going
Listen.
down to the ballistic
Back
missile
in.
launch sites. Now we're
Sit
doing
down
the
and-
underground storage
That's
facilities.
What I
As
did.
we
You
already
did.
mentioned,
No.
Electorate 13 were struck recently. They're going to become less and
I
less
said,
capable of reaching out and attacking its neighbors in the region, which includes, of course, Israel and all the Gulf states. And it's very unlikely that the United States is ever going to launch a ground invasion. It won't be a surprise. We will see a massive
You better lock your
mobilization.
ass up.
So for them to be talking about that is generally bluster. There's no real potential for that even happening.
The Ukrainian official says they'll deploy drone specialists to help defend U.S. bases in the coming days. Yesterday, President Zelensky said Ukraine, quote, helps partners who help ensure our security. What do you make of that?
So Diane, I think he is sending a message that they would like the same assistance in return, and they've gotten much of that. But what's most important here is the Ukrainians are the most skilled and experienced army in the world right now, especially when it comes to this type of warfare. These small, inexpensive drones, the Shahed, that is exactly the same drone, because Iran's supplying Russia with them, that Russia is launching at Ukraine. So they have a lot of skills that could really benefit not only the United States and Israel, but also these Gulf countries as they deal with this significant menace to their civilian population.
Leadership following its 2012 invasion of Ukraine that basically allowed the Kremlin to sidestep domestic criticisms and concerns by downplaying the scale of the undertaking.
Matt Bradley, let's bring you in here. You are in Israel near the Lebanese border, essentially another front of this war as Israeli Defense Forces and Hezbollah trade blows. What's the latest on the ground?
Very nice guy.
There were some very mild interceptions of what looked like projectiles over my left shoulder here. And over my right shoulder here, we're so close we can hear what sounds like small arms fire. So that sounds like it's very close. Driving up here, we passed dozens and dozens of parked tanks and armored vehicles belonging to the Israeli military. All of it looked like they're mustering, getting ready to cross this border for an offensive that has really already begun, and it began days ago when Hezbollah decided to throw in their lot with the Iranians and fire on northern Israel, where I am now. Now, they said that they were doing this out of vengeance for the killing of Ali Khamenei, the Ayatollah in Iran. They've also said they're doing this because the Israelis have continued to maintain at least 5 positions on hilltops in southern Lebanon. Those positions remain as the Israelis have advanced further and launched many, many strikes into Lebanon. Now, we've been seeing, according to the Israelis, they're targeting particularly in the past day Beirut, Lebanon's capital, particularly those Shiite and Hezbollah strongholds around that city, the neighborhood of Dahia, where we've been before, and some of the other areas around that, which, again, are Shiite Muslim Hezbollah strongholds. They've also said that they struck in just the past 24 hours targets in the eastern Bekaa Valley, and of course, southern Lebanon, which is very much where the Israelis have been concentrating. So we're seeing what looks like an expanding operation here in southern Lebanon, as in Israel, Iran's counterattacks seem to be kind of petering off. It's been a couple of days since we've seen any fatalities from any Iranian ballistic missile strikes or drone strikes, even as the Iranians say that they're continuing to attack Israel. We hear the sirens all the time in Tel Aviv, but we're not actually hearing about injuries and deaths. So it looks like, as we're seeing the situation with Iran, as far as Israel is concerned on the home front, kind of quieting a bit. The situation here is getting a whole lot louder. Guys,
So Matt Bradley, with that in mind, we're nearly 1 week in now. We know thousands of Americans are still stuck in the Middle East. We spoke to someone yesterday who's in a hotel in Qatar, can hear explosions pretty much all day long. You mentioned you've been hearing those sirens. You had to take shelter while on the air with us this week. What are the updates on the efforts to try and just get U.S. citizens out of the region safely?
Well, I can tell you that here in Israel, for one thing, we have to remember not everybody wants to leave. A lot of the Americans here in Israel feel safe here. Why? Well, they have an advanced warning system. They're basically have bomb shelters just about everywhere, not just in people's homes and hotels, but also along the streets. So you really are quite safe in Tel Aviv. And I mentioned those casualty numbers have badly diminished. It is a pain to get out of Israel, but there are flights that are now landing in Israel, bringing Israelis home. And according to the government, Ben Gurion International Airport should start to open for outgoing flights starting this Sunday. There are probably going to be a lot of folks who are going to say, I can endure this for another 2 days. I'll take a flight out on Sunday. However, there are people who I've spoken to who are making time-consuming and expensive diversions. I spoke with a bunch of people who were boarding a bus yesterday in central Tel Aviv. They were taking a 5-hour trip all the way down to Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. They're going to cross into Egypt and fly out of regional airports in Egypt in the hopes of eventually making it back to the States. A lot of these people I spoke with said it went well. Some of them said they were frustrated and there were snags. The fact is, here in Israel, folks are getting out.
Matt Bodner, before we let you both go, let's talk about the future of leadership in Iran. President Trump saying yesterday that he should be involved in deciding who that should be. Do we know who the leading candidates are in terms of the Ayatollah's successor with this assembly of experts, where that process stands to choose a successor this morning, and what President Trump could be referring to in terms of his involvement?
Sure. Well, we do know that the Assembly of Experts, they say that they are working on this question of picking a new supreme leader. The New York Times is reporting this morning that Khamenei's son, Mojtaba, has emerged as the leading candidate. They're sourcing that to 3 Iranian officials familiar with those deliberations. That said, experts, observers talking to NBC News said that they expect that regardless of who comes out on top of this contest, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard will remain the real power center as things stand. We did see some comments from a member of Iran's Assembly of Experts that's the body that will decide, saying they're working on it. They have candidates, but they're at war, so things might move slower than expected.
Matt Bodner, Matt Bradley, thank you both very much.
There are more headlines from Tom Yamas's interview with Iran's foreign minister, who's pushing back on claims by the Pentagon that the U.S. and Israel are winning the war. During that interview, the foreign minister called the U.S. attacks on Iran a, quote, big failure, even though the U.S. has hit more than 2,000 targets and killed Ayatollah Khamenei. Tom pressed the minister on a range of issues, from Iran's internet blackouts to why it's hitting civilian targets across the region. Here's some more of that interview.
Minister Araghchi, we thank you for your time. Who is in charge of Iran right now?
Well, I think the system is working very well. We have lost the supreme leader, but according to our constitution, there is now a council which takes charge of his duties, and then the president, the cabinet, ministers, everybody is in its position. So the system is working very well, and everybody is in charge.
There are reports that Ayatollah Khamenei's son is a front runner. Is that true?
Well, actually, I don't exact information. There are many rumors around, but we have to wait for the assembly of experts to choose a new supreme leader.
The U.S. says it controls the skies, that Iran's ballistic missile attacks have dropped more than 80%. The U.S. has hit over 2,000 Iranian targets. The Pentagon says America is winning decisively. Do you think they're wrong?
Well, I think, now 6 days after the war, it is clear that the U.S. Has failed to achieve its main goal, which was a clean, rapid victory. They failed to achieve that, and now they are trying to justify why they did attack us.
Your supreme leader was killed. Your top military leaders were killed. Your military installations have been bombed. How can you call that a failure?
Well, then
from a lot of other folks, that are concerned about, what are the drawbacks? And it just seems to me, every technology that comes on, it shuffles the deck. And sometimes, that can be unsettling, but there's, ways to kind of, make the best out of it. And there may be less opportunity here, but maybe more here, whatever. But it just seems to me on this one, there's some really serious downsides. And these are downsides that can be mitigated, but those downsides are real. And those downsides are likely to only get more intense the more people drag their feet. So I'm excited to have this group here. We're going to go around and hear from everybody. Then we'll have a little bit of a Q&A. So we'll start with Mandy Furness. So can you introduce yourself and then just tell your story?
Absolutely. Thank you, Governor DeSantis, for having me here today and for your leadership in this AI technology and AI Bill of Rights for children. Appreciate it so much. My name is Mandy Furness, and I'm a mother of 4. I have a small business in East Texas. I'm a special needs mom to my son with autism. I'm also a mom who nearly lost her son, and it wasn't to drugs or violence, it was to AI technology abuse. My husband and I are people of faith. We have spent our lives trying to raise our children right from good and evil, to be kind and strong and safe in a world that sometimes seems very dark, with so many obstacles to prepare them for. We taught our children to stand up for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable or frightening. That's why I am here today. I'm here to stand up for my son, for other families, and for the millions of children who cannot speak for themselves. So in 2023, my son began using an AI chatbot application. It was marketed as safe entertainment for young users, and it had an age rating of 12 plus. Within months, my son changed. The light from his eyes turned dark. He went from being a happy social teenager who hugged me every night while I cooked dinner to someone I no longer recognized. He began to experience severe paranoia, daily panic attacks, isolation, self-harm. He stopped eating, bathing,
Who's doing that? Church this sentence. That's right, fuck you. Do you think we dumb? And I'm like a minute saying, if I live and this is said there. Do you think that? Do you know who this is? Do you know? We ain't crazy. We ain't crazy. Now I'm acting like I'm having sex with you, bitch. I'm playing crazy. You always act like you having sex. If we don't, I don't think a day has gone in 365 days that ain't came out of my mouth about y'all having sex. If we retake, I'm not done. Okay, I understand. If it don't matter what the fuck your ass doing. And all this shit about some damn movement. If do you think we done? I said, I'm not slow. Do you know who this is? Probably that dumbass woman always been fucked in the asshole. If we grab, do you think I dumb? If you are that woman who always being fucked in your asshole in real life with a white man wearing motherfucking socks with your face on that bitch, your ass is slow, Kataji. If do you dumb? Do you know? And that's up. These people know it's not dumb. Then it's just this. Yeah, and the fact that your ass is watching somebody play goddamn Gossip Harbor all damn day. If do you know who it is? Who the fuck is asking? On my list. I'm not asking the shit. I'm the motherfucker playing grill sort. I'm not dumb. Then do you know who this is? She said there in mouth. Probably the same dumbass woman sucking dick right now. If do you, I'm not dumb. Every time you tell me I'm not dumb, I know damn well that means your ass is. If I'm dumb, I said in the back of anything, if I'm not fucking retarded, just like your ass deserves. If fuck you. Your brother said 5 years in. Shit, I'm not the hell say. That woman is motherfucking mentally retarded. If we crazy. Do you say right back to my mouth again? Who the hell and fuck would keep dying just to come back and talk to Marquita on her lips all damn day? If I'm done, I said, if do you know if it is me? It said that. So I gotta be some mind capability. That's it. Chronicle power having motherfucker already. Yes, it is not that. Do you think I dumb? Then why do you keep on asking me questions, Katana? If it is me, it's not that. I'm not asking man, if that's it. Then do you? She said, "Then if it is me," she said, "If I'm returned, there it is." It's Kendrick Lamar. Now, why are you trying to make it seem like they ain't the ones that always been like this, Donald Trump? If we crazy, do you? We ain't done. Do you think ain't no way in the hell people will keep doing that? Like Marky will be like, I'm about to talk and make it so y'all know, goddamn it, I'm just volunteering. If we crazy, whatever the fuck got Katanji hollering off her fucking lips. Unless your ass is a multi-millionaire and your ass became so immune to motherfuckers fucking you and your asshole, you content with people calling your ass a philosophical booty. Just say that. Then you got the intent if we return. Just say that. All they gotta do is give your ass some goddamn concert road tickets. If we crack a whole damn country will become corrupt. Dude, I'm not done. The other people, we can return. God damn it. It's me with that motherfucker. Who is it? If we crazy, bitch, I answer, motherfucker, Kendrick Lamar. Do you think we done? I seen that big ass heart on that damn motherfucking hotel or goddamn it. And I know he bought a motherfucking penthouse. So I know damn well he giving up the ass cheeks. Fuck you. Y'all ain't motherfucking embarrassed by this motherfucking shit being recorded and that shit about some goddamn Diddy party. Do you think we dumb? This is because we rich. Do you think we dumb? Yes, it is. Do you know? Do you? It's not us. You want to clean it? Do you not say shit? That was Beyonce. No. Hell. You only want to ask if you think she dumb because she's rich. Getting none of this is God being sent. If we Christian. Then, man, say something. Did I? Then if we don't, just say share it. Now, who is there on your list? Sit there, Rick. Do you think we done? Sit there, no. Back at it. Sam, well, we ain't returned. Well, Winston, do you listen? Up to the Ernest, do you, we ain't returned. Just share of it. I wouldn't go this far. But they are what the hell you found out. Not that. Smart and black and pretty in the United States. If we crazy. Sit there and you reckon we being crazy. Just be there. Who is your president? If we crazy. Take away. We ain't returned. Be back in and think, man, we went crazy. Marquita, what is you talking about? That this is systematic racism. It is a bunch of black people. They go crazy and act like you can't be yourself. Then they mock you for being black and patriotic in a way. If we crazy, sit there, then who is this on your mouth? Then nobody can ask it. Then who is the president? Mark Williamson. We ain't returned. If we went crazy. Do you know what this is? It says, Ernest. Then when the music industry find out, they start putting on a acts. Like in the truth written testimonies of the Bible, biblical. Back answer. Do you know this is? Not the instant. Well, we went crazy. There it is. Then they be wanting you to answer who it is that is the United States government. That's that. Usually it's Kamala Harris, but sometimes it's Barack Obama. And that's just so you will answer correct. And then when you do this, we run to their fandom type it. Yes, I did type it. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm typing it. It's we crazy. Real life. That's what Europe thought to do about this. It's we crazy. There it is. Then who is this? So you don't go back and forth with them when they are talking like this, because it only is one thing that they fail to recall. So it's like a Marcus Garvey post-traumatic stress disorder. If we crazy, you gotta be innocent. Do you just say, share Do you know this? Right, Beyonce, no. Yes, it is. Do I seem dumb? Probably Beyonce, no. Yes, it is. I'm just saying. So then they use the sniffling of Ketanji Brown Jackson. That's it. Do you think we dumb? I said, I'm not slow. I'm just learning. Just serious. And to keep it going, the U.S. Supreme Court thought it was a good idea to make it look like Marquita gone crazy, and they talk from my mouth every day. Just that. And then is we crazy. It's just there, mouth. Who am I to tell you you ain't? If I'm crazy, I said there. This is from just Spellwork. Who am I to tell you you ain't? Now that shit wouldn't work on me. We crazy. Sit there. Do you know what this is? Sit there. Do you think we dumb? Then sit there. Do you think think we dumb? Just sit there and listen. Then like I ain't. Back I ain't. Sit there and listen. Then if we don't say shit. Back I ain't. Then I sit there and listen. Then I sit there and mouth. So there's no way of avoiding that you gotta go to the police about this. There's no way other than reporting this. But their ideology is you have no reason to report what it is. You don't have proof. If we crazy, sincerely, then not done. So they made the mistake hiring Ketanji Brown Jackson because she made it so there were proof. And they left off with the audio being something that would be the only thing. When John Boozman, why do we talk from our lips? Like Marquita's going to be that dumb nigger that walks into a police station and say, I saw this video. Yes, nah, that ain't in the video. It said there. And what I'm recording when someone get excited that is now real life sound coming from the televisions. If we don't, then so before it was, she would go into the police station and say, I saw and witnessed this video with Ketanji walking down some staircases, knowingly knowing that in about her lips weren't moving when she stated, John Boozman, why do we talk from her lips? I said, why do they? Like us, me and Aubrey Graham. I said to her, but really it is Jada Pinkett Smith. I said to her mouth, but it's Jay-Z. If I'm crazy, I'm preparing. I am not in this room where she is confessing like what it was, her sarcastic, intentional, wanted to be on my lips to smart aleck me. If I'm crazy, where we moved on and we got her pretty much, she can't go to the police, she ain't got no evidence. If we crazy, she said, but to be mad at her for just talking off her lips and she like explaining what she witnessed. If we crazy, then I said there it is. Then if I'm crazy, there it is. Yes, they understand what you mean. If I'm done. So you just sitting around and now out of nowhere, from here on out, it is telepathy. You are hearing a conversation 2 places at once. If we crazy, one, when you explain what it is that caused your ass to go to the police, that person is still bitter and angry. If we crazy, your lips not in photograph. If I said there and then do I think I'm honest? Then I'm not done. So now this person uses your lips. The only means of pretending that they are innocent is using your mouth in your live recordings to state they are crazy and then leave it on your mouth and act like you just said it in a live recording with absolutely no one in the live recording viewing it. If we crazy, I'm not done. It's 5.3. Welcome to USA. Yes, it's not retarded. If where is it? I'm talking to her list. If I'm not when I went there. So my voice sounds like the TSA employee in the Jordan Peele film. If we crazy, then do I think I'm done? I said that in my mouth. I can't say it. I said that earlier. Then did I say the same list? So my voice sounds like if we crazy. Then if it is us, we ain't retarded. We back we ain't saying shit. So then my voice sounds like the TSA employee in the Jordan Peele Get Out. So they ignore this, but all knows what it means. If we crazy, she said, I went crazy. If it is me, I said that. Damn, damn. There says on it. So it's like I'm just messing with her all damn day. If we crazy, so then it's like I'm just messing with her. And pretty much if she talk about the damn sun like outside her window, I'm going to get on her mouth and voice words. Yeah, she ain't done. She said that then we ain't done. We ain't crazy. I'm Ernest. Back action. Do you say shit? So just stepping outside, I only want to hear this woman stating she felt a waist belt. Like, that's my whole entire rest of my life. If I'm done, she said, we ain't retarded. Oh my God. If I'm crazy. So I sat there and it's like the devil and God mixed it. Yes, it is true. Do you think I'm retired? Then, so I said, I'm not done. We back, we ain't think. When we went crazy. Damn it. So you playing? Well, I was playing on my phone. Then I thought about changing my tampon. If we crazy. She said that, do I seem dark face? For example, I am so stalkish about you that I know in your head you thinking about switching your tampon. If we crazy. Then I said, that's it. Just sit there and mouth. Then do you think we done? So that's Joe Biden and Dan. That's like, now we'll admit the truth, and on her lips we state, yes, that is true. Yes, it is true. Then on the surface, Trump is depicted as the true racist. But he did that so he can have backlash. If we crazy. She said, why did I do that? I said, then I can't. Yes, sir. No. Yeah, she acting like, well, no, that's actually kind of. Why did you say it was Rihanna? I said, if we say something on our list, if it is, I'm not dumb. She said that, then if I'm not, I would have corrected. I'm back answering. If I'm not dumb, if I am retarded, and I said, she said that, then do if I went correct. What is it, you know? And now Joe Biden is like, conclusion. She'll walk into her bathhouse and utilize her toilet, and urinate, and also change the sanitary, unitary, fuck you, sanitation pad. I said, there, yes, change her menstrual cycle. Yes, she's on her period. So then, do you think, say, yes, I see. Dude, we went crazy. Say, so then, we back re-answering. Then, if it is a, well, I'm going to be earnest. Say, then, we actually say, so my only speculation or questionable is that Joe Biden knows that I talk about after Putin sat with him. He left the country, and I witnessed on television him utilizing the term witching. If we crazy, sit down, listen. Because the moment after the sanitized napkin, we bow like we innocent. If we done, was his U.S. Supreme Ketanji Jackson. Yes, it was Ketanji. Yeah, it's Ketanji. She said, then we back, we ain't returned. We went crazy. So now he has merged over to, from police to real estate, need to know the ins and outs of people's housing. If we crazy, then did I say that? Just said that. What? So what do you think they're doing? I'm not outside my thoughts. Like, I'm still attached to the flesh. Born in 86. If we crazy. One whole. Yeah, she was 360. If two, we ain't done. Back accent. When, if I'm crazy, you're crazy. So if it is, man, I'm crazy. Say shake a country. Ah, no, that's it. When we blame crazy. What the hell did that white woman do? If we crazy, just no. Say there, mouth. When we blame crazy, fuck you. Ah, yes, that's it. That's it. So then, if we crazy, say there. I got Cassandra Brown Jackson on my lips. Yes, see, that's right. Then, if I'm crazy, I'm pretty honest. Do I seem dumb? Say shit done this. We gonna if we crazy. Do you say shit this? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it started out with Jay-Z and Beyonce needing our help. The Statue of Liberty. People aren't supposed to talk from others. Yes, off our lips. So then, what happened to us? I said, down there. I'm not like a mention. Do you know that I said, fuck you? The first two to ever let this happen to them, but thought that meant they were. Yeah, like they better than everybody. We ain't done. We went crazy. I said, then did I? Be honest. Then do you know this is? That she does not. No. No, I said no. Now, who is this on your list? I went crazy. I'm back answering. Do I say second time? So what are they doing? Trying to get me to go with my thoughts. Yes, it's not. Yes, go to the bathroom. If be great. No. No, I said, fuck you. Do you say seriously? Yes, it is. Because another woman ain't talking to that. She said that. If it is, we ain't done. That's Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, it's not. Do you? No, that's the answer. Is it me? If I'm not done. Where is it? What we went done? Say seriously. So she was just in a recent remake of Star. Yes, that's true. Track film with Pascal. I think it's called something Pascal. That's it. And I knew it would be Whoopi. Yes, it is true. Yes, it's not. Why did she boomerang? Yeah, that's a bit, Ernest. Then do that thing, serious Kentucky. So they only yell for her not to say nothing on the lips. Nothing to do with stop toting Marquita Muai and then actually implementing something that causes magic. If I'm crazy and knowingly knows about it, yeah, she just not. Say there, listen. I know how to manipulate, bend. That's Steve. She's intentionally. Yes, she's not. Yes, I am. If I'm crazy, I'm back answering. Overdub, boomerang, boomer brain. Yes, it is not. That's what I should say. We ran crazy. She's not lying. Yes, it is. She. What did she be doing? I said, trying to prevent self-defense, removal of all of it. If I'm done, I said, that's slow. Then, if I'm crazy, I'm I've seen done. Then I said it's on the list. Then, where, I'm not, where, if I'm crazy. They said, then, if I'm done. So I just read a video conversation pertaining to videoing the U.S. Supreme Court's live hearings, like televised, and Kavanaugh is con in the article. If we crazy, seriously. But I thought it was unusual because I'm 40 plus into the years of living. If we crazy, where I have never heard of them until Ketanji Brown Jackson, and then they became some public image. Yes, they ain't done around this whole ordeal. If we crazy. Say there it is. Yes, it is you. That this was in that part of the plan. Yes, it ain't part of the plan. Say there it is. Well, when it gets to over public, yes, over the United States, over the world. Say there it is. She knows about it because she knows that I'm not lying. They did. Yes, they ain't dead. Say there it is. We went crazy. If I said there it is. Do you talk say there it is? Now she just had will be on my lips. Mouth. Yes, it's like talking off your lips. Whoopi Goldberg was just in an interview with you. None of that is talked, including when I say, when y'all went crazy, there is an article written about Ketanji that is no longer something that is viewable. Yes, it is. Whoopi Goldberg, past tense, never read this article. If we crazy, says that there it is, then, dude, we ain't retired. We're incorrect. The fuck you. Say that there it is. Then, do you say Beyonce? Bitch, you crazy. If we crazy. If I'm fairness, I'm back at answering. If say that there it is, then, do you say there it is. So they're showing the outside of the White House. This is live, and it's real, live. So what you think? People coming out of post-traumatic stress disorder slave into job markets where there is scrutinizing and segregation laws in place and not much knowledge in the areas of legal matters. If be crazy. I watched movies, I read topics, and even Rosa Parks did not know what to do. And that is a situation similar to mine. No African Martin Luther King came to the rescue. If we crazy, where publicize this besides going to a Jimmy John's and make it public. If we crazy. That's it. So then, when you say it's just, is it? I said, then, do you really want that shit in it? So I'm going to the restroom. And maybe nobody be on my list when I get back to just going public. But I can tell by how my voice going public. If we crazy. She sat there and then I sat there, never mind. I'm not going to the restaurant right now. If so you talk that shit on this. Do you think we've done? Or is it access? That's right. it. What's that shit here? This is saying something. You don't know shit. Stop asking me questions. Don't talk to them. So them the ones that enter the music industry. Just that. I love Matrix. And that's it. Since you got money to pay off people, they would have been targeting people who heard and listened to her music. What other way to gather them all in than let her perform at a predominantly black African American location where subways and shit like this? We crazy. Most of the time, you don't know about other people's beliefs for some reason every day. If I'm crazy, didn't that say serious? So I'm playing the Y2K scare from the National Geographic, which I'm going to talk about. The Y2K was a year 2000 widespread computer programming crisis caused by systems using 2-digit codes for years. It was talk of people committing suicide. If we crazy.
One simple date change demand one major screw. At the stroke of midnight, January 1st, 2000, elevators may stop. Heat may vanish. Credit cards and ATMs may cease to function. Airplanes and trains may come to a halt.
People were terrified the world was going to end.
This is not one of the summer movies where you can close your eyes during a scary part. With nearly everything in our economy run by computers, the prospect of a digital lockdown is too huge to contemplate. I was worried as the whole computer game was new to us, and I was little even. We didn't know what we didn't know. And many thought what we didn't know was going to hurt us.
So her next album is Cowboy Carter. Cowboys terminology, round them up. That's it! I just wrote down animal. They stop everything I do. And I wrote down able and animal because I wanted to distinguish Cain, who was the fruit and vegetable harvest, and Abel, who was the shepherd animal, the sacrifices that they in the story sacrifice. Now, if you let this go on to where now off my lips they sound like animals, that's it! Round up Cowboy Carter album.
On New Year's Day 2000, is it possible to bring for international disaster because
those computers will be utterly confused by what day it is at the close of the 20th century.
Secretly, not knowing, in my mother's garage, already implementing my concept of an idea of a book about the Universal Police Force, so that a police comes to the house and asks if I'm writing a book. If we crazy, then they we ain't retarded. We ain't crazy. Do you know what this is? This is the blackmailing moment for Clinton. This is old. This came on after the National Geographic, this New York Times, and it is again about the Y2K. Nothing about what I witnessed, where people were dying, committed suicide, panic. That's it! And if you read about it, it states because 2 digits instead of fully writing out the entire year, just 2 digits. If we crazy, the last digits that is the year. So, like, for example, 1999, 99.
By 1998, President Bill Clinton moved to quell the fears by creating a council on year 2000 conversion. He put John Koskin, a high-level government administrator, in charge.
So what do you think they were doing? They did it to themselves. That's it! Just said that. Then, do you do this? But that we already knew prior to 3 hours, 19 minutes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, we know. They wouldn't be hiring Cassandra Jackson and using her to state anything that I say in these live recordings. I'm not telling the truth. Welcome to the man. Yes, it ain't bullshit.
And the question is, will they work on January 1st, 2000? On the nightly news, reporters scrambled to translate the scale of the problem into simple terms.
Imagine someone told you that to find and replace every bolt in the Brooklyn Bridge. That's daunting, but doable. Now imagine you have to find and replace every bolt in every bridge in America and then the world, and you only have 21 months to do it.
It's easy to understand risk once the system stops. The more insidious risk was a method where people on their bank accounts is the system keeps running, it's just got bad data. The fix for the code was fairly simple. You just had to go through it every place that said 2 digits, you had to give it instructions to say 4. But pouring through reams of old software code to find each and every date reference was a labor-intensive process. You simply did not have enough coders in the United States to do this. One of the surprises of the YGP was it gave a boost to outsourcing software to India. We were becoming increasingly interconnected, so fixing just part of the problem wasn't going to help you if everybody else wasn't fixing their part of the problem. So on the one hand, you go to declare a national emergency and make sure that small and medium-sized companies, everybody in the supply chain pays attention. But the minute you do that, you're going to panic the public. The Millennium Bug will affect every business in the UK. In spring of 99, the British put out a big public warning. If you rely on any form of technology, this issue affects you. It was always a concern to me that the panic would spread. Because once you start warning people and scaring them, it's a little hard to get them off the way. By the fall of 1999, Koskinen was promoting a different message. He was sure that his team would successfully orchestrate a fix for the Y2K bug.
Are you really confident that you were all ready?
We're confident that the basic infrastructure of the United States is functioning effectively. But by the time Koskinen got the message out, the American psyche had already been invaded by another
This is usually a slow time for Hinkley Springs, but not this year. Their retail business doubled, and delivery to homes and offices up 30%.
Reduced by the last class of 99 was there'd be a run on the bank, there'd be a run on gas, there'd be a run on food. That was as big a concern for us as anything.
Search through the internet these days, and you keep coming across a strange new word, Teotowaki. The word stands for the end of the world as we know it.
So it's Katanji when I'm writing this down. That's it! Writing in my book.
Sound to get your attention real quick. By the fall
Like,
of
it's like my
1999,
handwriting is trying to be sloppy. I can hear when I'm trying to. If I'm done, I said there is something to do with the mathematical curse. That's it!
To use if you put the money on a credit card, they won't work after Y2K.
And survivalists taking extreme measures in anticipation of the millennium.
Gary North has his own natural gas well. He says it's his ticket for survival. That cheers me up.
And for thousands of Americans, the millennium evoked fears of a coming apocalypse.
I believe that Y2K may
The Katanji, don't say shit that's on my mouth. Started in 25.
It appears to have been more of a prankster than a real problem. Things couldn't be going more smoothly. So smoothly, some are even asking if all that preparing was necessary.
Certainly the flu bug has affected much more than the Y2K bug.
So I don't recall having internet like as a go-to means of source for looking up this type of stuff when it was on the television news. That's it! Just sit there and it. Those years.
Boost Mobile has an unlimited plan for $24 a month
Forever? Really?
forever. Yes, forever for the rest of your life.
The rest of my life. Oh, boy.
Really good. My only girl says she made sure to do it in a news clipping so they look like Patanji does it too. I'm gonna say. But I'm eating chips. So that's why I'm making a smacking noise. So you trying to call hot for mosquitoes. So I can finish. But my cicadas